This stuff in Yerushalmi Eruvin in the article Ozer edition on the top of Beis Aleph, first line, Rabbi Yaakov bar Chanina, and in the Vilna it is on the Beis Aleph, but the fifth line down. Rabbi Yaakov Shem Chanina said, and Rabbi Chanina Shem Kana said, in the article puts in the word "ein" into the text itself, as we mentioned at the end of yesterday. In the Vilna, it's not in the text itself, but everybody puts it in. And look, Rabbi Yehuda, the law is not Rabbi Yehuda. Mishnah says you go up to 40 amos in the height of the Kaira. So it says, well, you have to tell me that. Lo came on Amrin. If not for you to tell you that, what would he say? Rabbi Yehuda Chachamim De'aloch Rabbi Yehuda? That we'd be asking like Rabbi Yehuda over Chachamim? Yeah, it says where I'll begin the Rabbi Yaakov bar Ida b'shem Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, because Rabbi Yaakov Ida said Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Look at the Mekel Bilchos Eruvin. Look, is like in Hilchos Eruvin, you always go after the more lenient opinion. And Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak b'shem Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Nachman bar Yitzchak said Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Look, Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Allah is like Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, who says if somebody fell asleep on Erev Shabbos on the road, he has 2,000 amos in all directions. Not like Rabbanan who say he only has 4 amos. From wherever he is, Makshina law, and there we ask Lo Kain Amar Yaakov B'Shem Yeshua ben Levi. Now Yaakov is saying name Yeshua ben Levi. Look at the make a Bilchos Eruvin. That law is like the Molini Pinchas Eruvin. The next 2 words are skipped by the Ramban. Let's see if the article actually appear. Yes, they do. So I'll tell you which words they can take out. They take out the words Lo Kain Amar Yitzchak bar Nachman B'Shem Yeshua ben Levi. Halakha Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri v'Kashina law. So those words are removed by the Ramban. So we're going to move them too. So we're going to go gloss over them. Again, since he told us so that normally we only say an individual by an individual. Yachid chachamim, but yachid against chachamim lo. Wouldn't say that way. Asar Rabbi Yaakov bar Achab, Rabbi Yaakov bar Ida, B'Shem Yeshua say, look, Rabbi Yochanan Nuri. Right, afilu b'chachamim chalukim. The chachamim are yagrim. That's what's going to tell us that we pass even like a yachid Bilchos Eruvin. And therefore we might say here as well that halacha ke Rabbi Yehuda b'afilu chachamim chalukim alav. Right, you might say that halacha is like him, even though chachamim argue on him. So therefore, I have to tell me that that's not the case. Shmuel halacha k'divrei Meiko be'Eruvin. The halacha is like lenient opinion, as we just said. According to Yeshua ben Levi. So they asked him, what about, is it including the Yehuda's halacha? If you have a bridge, you're allowed to carry under the bridge on Shabbos. No. Eruvin Amarti, I said Eruvin. And as Korban Eidah changes here, not El Mechitzos, but Lo Mechitzos. So the Tzir Yerushalayim is interesting. He explains this here. Tzir Yerushalayim says, the article doesn't have Tzir Yerushalayim on the page, but he brings it down in the notes. Don't see it here. But anyway, he says, it says Ayin Shuvas Rivash. He brings down the Shuvas Rivash. Simitaf Heish Atamhu. The reason is the Eruv Eno Ikam B'Daraisa. The whole concept of Eruv, of taking making this procedure, whichever procedure it is, the Gemara just referenced Eruv Tchumen, cross reference to the Eruv down to Eruv Chatzeros. So the idea of making Eruvin, the literal Eruvin, what we don't call usually Eruv, but was the actual using the bread or whatever it is, depending on the procedure, for the ritual purpose, in that we're lenient. And we can be the rights of mechitzas. But walls, even though our walls, of course, are rabbanan, it's most of the places where we make walls are carmelist, came islu ikar b'daraisa, since there was an ikar b'daraisa make of true shus yachid, lo meaning by halacha divrei meiko, we don't say halacha divrei meiko by the mechitzas, only by the eruvin. I see does say that in the actually it's in the text on the footnote of the art scroll. Art scroll translates without changing it to below mechitzas, but in any event, it's the same idea whether you have ele mechitzas or low mechitzas. It means we don't say it by mechitzas. Okay, so Sabra Kahana does Shmuel. So there, since Kahana says like holds like Shmuel, that the from Cain Tzarech L'Meimer, that he's telling us in order to tell the Ein Alok Rabbi Yehuda, who is the host of Rabbi Yehuda, because don't paskin by mechitzas l'kula necessarily, only by Eruvin. So like Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, we'll talk about the Eruvin because the Eruv or lack thereof evidently by Tchumen, so therefore they could be lenient. But by mechitzas, which is not the topic of which topic of Yehuda, we don't pass like the individuals. So pass like Rabbi Nuri over Chachamim, but don't pass like Rabbi Yehuda over Chachamim. Of course, this is a saying Kahana we had at the top of the Amud, and that's why everybody been before Kahana also B'Chenia B'Shem Rav Kahana Ein Halach Rabbi Yehuda. Okay, now we go back to our Mishnah. Our Mishnah said a korah which is above 20 amos is no good. Habasof esim, it's at the edge of 20 amos, the end of 20, kosher. It's good. Saik Rav, it's good like Rav. The Rav said, Sof Shirin Lahakel. Don't think we have that principle korah that way in the Bavli anywhere. But the Sof Shirim are the Meko, the way Kabbalah puts it nicely. Dano Ad V'Ad B'Chlal. Lahakel. The Sof Chaf L'Mat B'Chaf, the kosher. So, Ad, doesn't say Ad in our Mishnah, right? It just says but it's a nice parallel to Ad V'Ad B'Chlal, Ad V'Ad B'Chlal. It goes up to the edge of the Shurim, and the edge of the Shurim is considered within the Shir. Rabbi Yochanan Sof Shein Lachri, Yochanan argues. It says Sof Shein Lachri, something which is exactly a 20. It's like above 20. It's not good. Okay, so we're going to ask on Rabbi Yochanan now. Rabbi Yochanan said, Mavish Gosel Mal Me'esrim. Mavi was cores above 20. Nosin Kur B'toch Esrim. You put, you make sure the core is within 20. You remind B'toch Esrim, and it works within 20. So what's the question? The Korban Eidah says, Kasal Kedaitik Shemaskal Kur B'toch Esrim Musagir Rabbi Yochanan. Sounds like as long as the core starts within 20, even though a korah has to be strong enough to accept a brick, it sounds like we don't need to add shir within 20. Just a teeny amount, a mashu within 20. Why not require more? So, the entire hechsher korah, in other words, that again, Kormeda says, that the part which over 20 is removed, yet kashir hechsher korah, but mashir me'atochazim, there's still going to be enough with whatever's within 20 to machshir it. So, therefore, yes, it's not enough to have it slightly within 20. You have to have the hechsher korah, enough of the strength of the korah, part of korah which is strong enough to be makabel the ariach to hold the brick within 20 amos. I see the article says that memai tochesrim means you raise the ground. So there's a tochesrim or memai from the top down, or memai tochesrim from the bottom up. Okay, I don't think Korban Eidah actually made that. Diuk. Okay. Rabbi Chilke Amar B'Shem Rabbi Acha V'afilu K'Rav Asya. The even like Rav, it works out. In other words, Imkod Rav, when you're memayit it, you should be memayit it that a significant amount is within 20 amos of the ground. That it comes in 20 amos of the ground. Not make it if it's higher, like 21 amos, make it precisely at 20. No, make it lower than 20. And the Yerushalmi makes a fascinating connection here. Really fascinating. Again, a classic Yerushalmi hyperlink. It's the Rav Amar. Rav said, Shchita mechza mechzuk shera. If you checked it, 50% of the kana, 50% of the veshen, 50% of the trachea and the esophagus, it's kosher. Lama rapsula. Why is it possible? Why require rove? Because people are going to make a mistake. They're going to make an easy mistake between half and less than half. So here too, Shim Tamar, Yitain, it says here Besof, but Korban Eidah changed it to Besof at the end of 20. In other words, according to Rav Shita, that at precisely 20 is good. It's kind of like mechza. So an afu nesim ma'amesim, and it's kind of, it's not marasayin, but perhaps in this similar to marasayin. In other words, the person's going to mistake, and next time he's going to make it above 20. So therefore, we say, once you put it too high, make sure to put it a little bit within 20. This like we want you to shchita, want you to rove, even though mechza is kosher. So to here, we want you to put it lower than 20, even though at 20 precisely would be okay. Okay, so getting back to the article, it goes diuk from before Mimai B'toch Esrim. So our mission said Yimait, and we're learning also that to raise the ground. So Ketzim might also it's double Pesach Movi. You make a step at the opening of Movi. You matir Movi, and you permit the Movi. The how broad does the step have to be? Racham Shem Yosha said Arba Tvachim K'dei Movi as to be 4 Tvachim wide, which is the shear of a Movi. Right, the Yosamar Tefach is just be a Tefach wide K'dei Korah, the shear of a Korah. I mean kosher. Chavrai says it doesn't even have to be a Tefach. Hare ein kan gova sim amma al rochav tefach, because there isn't a height of 20 amos on the width of a tefach. So great Carmen explains the koshu sayishrei ein kan rochav amma chlam avoid neged kol rochav hakora shu tefach. There isn't a 20 amos opposite the entire width of the korah, which is the tefach, even if it's diminished the mashu. I don't think that the shita is in the Bavli. Yeah, the article in R10 says it's not in the Bavli. But they have a picture. I don't know if you need a picture. But here's it's Daba. This picture, right? Let's see, the step. Okay. Leg of us are tfachim. If it was less than 10 tfachim, might as well show you the picture now. I'm not sure you need the picture, but you're making a depression where the korah is less than 10 tfachim above the ground. So, leg of us are tfachim tzorch lachuk. You have to make an indentation. Kami achuk. How much you have to make an indentation? Rabbi Achamar arba amos. You have to make an indentation of 4 amos. Kedei movi. So of course, before we said 4 tfachim. Here it was actually the same Amoyer, right? Rabbi Acha and then Rabbi Yoshia, and here it's Rabbi Acha himself, not named Rabbi Yoshia. So the unfortunate speak about it. What's the difference? And the way Rabbi Chaim puts it, he says that there were tefanos, where it's above 20 amos, and therefore all you need is a hecker. But here we need a movi which has a dofen asora, right? The dofen 10 tvachim, and otherwise it's not going to be Rishus Yachid. And only a carmelist. So therefore, we have to make it a dauphin. So in order to make it a dauphin, you need to have 4 amos, which is the hechsher of a mavi sholem, of an apps to a mavi to begin with. And for tfachim, the shir mavi is not the it's what's left of mavi. You have to have 4 tfachim of a wall left. We already had a movie of 4 amos, but here we have Shvui movie. So we start with you have to have 4 amos, and also the next year is larger here. The Yosemar Arba Tfachim K'dei Makom. As before said Tefach, here it says 4 Tfachim K'dei Makom. Rabbi Yaakov Bar Acha. Sorry, let's say it again. It's Chashivas of a plate of a. It's the significance of a place. Everything is 4 tefachim in order to be considered a place. So we learn throughout Masechah Shabbos here too as well. Rabbi Yosef said, "Also charitz al pesach movi amuk asara v'rochav arba." You make a trench. We'll have a picture of this trench over here. Okay, here you have that picture on the bottom. Oops, there you go. There. Okay, fascinating trench there, right at the beginning of the movi. So also is Pesach Movi Omak Asor Brachov Arba, which is 10 tefachim deep and 4 by 4 tefachim wide. Umatir Movi. This permits the Movi Bein Tifnim Bein Bechutz. Doesn't matter if the charitz is inside the Movi or immediately outside the Movi. Umatir Movi Tifnim Bechutz. Ushia Toch Shlosha Kos Movi, as long as it's within 3 tefachim of the walls of the Movi. Even Kohen Gamaliel holds that we say love in less than 4 tvachim. It sees that this charitz has to be within 3 tvachim of the walls of the Movi. Tamon, Reb Chaim changes the gears here. Tamon tocha Movi. Kohen Gamaliel's maker would love it of 4 tvachim within the structure of the Movi. But here chutz. Over here, it's outside. It's between 3 tvachim. So a whole sugya is very mechudesh. It's not in the Bavli at all. First of all, this whole idea of the charitz doesn't be in the Bavli. Secondly, that this idea of the distinction between a lavud inside the Mavli, up to 420 outside Mavli 3 tvachim, also doesn't be in the Bavli. And besides that, there's a different Chesed Mishpah question here, which is Hilchos Makeh. Why? How can you make this charitz, which is 10 tvachim deep and 4x4, doesn't need a makkah? So that evidently because not 4 by amos by 4 amos. I mean, it's a makkah thing only has, we have a hole which is 4 amos by 4 amos. But in any event, this does not seem like the most public safety type of fix, but it's a fix. In other words, now you have a place, sheer makom, dal by 10, and I'm not sure whether it would have to be 10 tvachim deep. I guess because it's, I don't know, it's just had to be as deep as you need, but I guess because it's not being machshir the mavli, it's making a place which is it's independent mavli, I guess. The Chazon Ish evidently the article is down in note 16. Let's say it's like an inverted lechi, as I guess it's be 10 tvachim deep. The question why by 4 tvachim. But it's interesting. I'm not sure exactly what the lumdus is. Chaim wants to say need to have 4 tvachim because otherwise Asya Vir the Haikis Mevatale, it would not be the airspace around it be Mevatalet. Okay, which I guess we would not say by a height, but we'd say by the depth. Okay, in any event, a fascinating type of tikkun, which Rabbi Yochanan suggested. Okay, so the Gemara goes on. Also, get a pachal b'tzedek mavi. You made a fence at the opening of the mavi. Gavasa rachav arba, which is 10 tvachim high and 4 tvachim wide. Umat the mavi allows the mavi beimivnim beimachutz, whether it's on the inside or the outside. So this is the flip side of the charitz is the gova, but obviously this is not that much is not that much is necessary because all you have to have is a lechi. Okay, but it's coming to introduce, I think, the next halacha. There was a wall there. And it's had a wall, a brick of stones which fell, and now it's no longer a wall, but it's a inclined mound. So if it goes up 10 tvachim within three amos, in other words, that it's more than that. It's less inclined than that. So tzarich korah requires korah. Lav not ein tzarich. Yisayitayim b'toch arba. Some say within 4. You have 2 pictures in the art scroll. The top picture is b'toch shlosha, 10 tvachim within 3 amos over here. 10 tvachim within 3 amos of the incline, and the bottom picture is b'toch arba, 10 tvachim within 4 amos of incline, and which is the standard standard in the Bavli. I think Bavli might be the share of the sheet of 3 tvachim to 3 amos too. In the Bavli language is the question whether there's a difference in language. Bavli language is like a certain tvachim. How was it again? And less than 4 amos. He said that mitoch arba imu, so mitoch shlosha. I don't think it makes a difference. There is a difference. According to Bavli, if it's 10 tvachim exactly within 3, it's good. According to 10 tvachim exactly within 4, it's good. The Yerushalmi it's mashal, it has to be in order to be okay, it has to be in less than 3 tvachim, 3 amos. I'm sorry. According to Bavli, it's 3 amos at 10 at exactly 3, 10 exactly 4. It's good. It sounds like the Yerushalmi has to be a slightly steeper angle, right? So it's only toch shlosha. So it's fucking mitoch arba. But then the don't think you have to change. I think it means the same thing. As well, though, the opinion of Shli Amos, but the article says not brought down the Balvi at all. Okay. Okay, I should tell you that the article, though, however, does change Goder to Tel. Okay, so it does make it before, not Hayasham Goder, like Moshe says that there was a fence and fell, but Hayasham Tel, which is like the Corban Age changes it. But I like the Moshe's Girsa, which is the Girsa in the actual Vilna, because it makes a continuity between the previous sugya and this sugya. Not just continuity. It makes now we understand why the previous halacha was stated. In other words, it's not, you don't need to have 4 tvachim wide, but no, we're talking about the introduction to the next discussion, which is that about that fence, which was there, which all fences are 4 tvachim, and that fence fell. Okay, I don't know. That might be a big deal either way. Mara brings down machlokes which we're not aware of. Mara says, "Man lemar mitoch shalosh rabbanan." He says out of 3, it's rabbanan. Man lemar mitoch arba Rabbi Meir. Okay, so then there's machlokes rabbanan Rabbi Meir somewhere which we don't know about. I think the article brings down a possibility of what it is. No, it just brings down Mara Mekomis about it. Says Gemara, different case. Mindaron. But there's a nice picture in the article here. You add here a slope in the middle of the Mavi, which is a Tel Mislakit. It's 4 out of 10. It goes up 10 Fachim and 4 Amos. So it's a wall for each side of the Mavi. It's a Mavi and Mafulish, right? It has no third wall at either opening, at either end, I should say. But this is the third wall in the middle of the Mavi. So to the people on top, this is like a trench, it's a wall for them. And to the bottom ones, it's like a fence, outcropping for them, and therefore you just need a lechi at each end. You don't need to have this because it's now it becomes for each time a mavi with 3 walls. So the condition of this is that even though people are walking on this mindaron, then nevertheless it's considered to have a status of a wall, and therefore it's, in fact, the Talmud Slaka is a wall, regardless whether people walk on it or don't walk on it. Okay, so now I go back to the next part. He might, somebody who, if it's wider than 10 amos, you diminish it. Might, how do you might? No, say maltara of Pesach Mavi. You put a board at the opening of the Mavi, umater Mavi, that permits the Mavi. So there's a whole discussion here whether this board is a vertical board or is a horizontal board, because we said that yesterday that the emotions between a hamaltro with a hey and an amaltro with a vav, and here it's just maltro without a hey, and that was a vav with an aleph, and here it's just maltro without even the hey. So this can be just a board, simple board. Not, but the maltra we said the hechel was something on top, so that would be something else. So therefore, Shas says going to read about Shas. Shas in the art scroll makes it easier to read. If it's, yeah, it is in the art scroll. But Bavli, he buys Ifshtay Mahani Amaltra Barocha Yosem Yur. Chapos related Lo Mahani. But Kani read the Moil. Here's the works. Perhaps Yerushalmi Eruvin the Amaltra Hainu Rochav Dal Tfachim. He's going with the assumption that it's a board on top, not a board vertically, but a board horizontally, and it's going with the assumption that it's 4 tefachim wide. Chen shai by 3 tikra you already say some, so it's possibly tikra tikra by mechitza gemura, and it's an absolute mechitza. Much because it tastes that pay above. Dear master v'koira by berit v'sham. Shemachim v'damila lachsadra. Therefore, it makes an achsadra, makes like an achsadra over there, and therefore it's okay. Mashkinli does plus us a malchainu kine. It's an elaborate kind of beam. Mishum hekera, it's a heker. Mishum hekera lo mahai raklin gova yotze michav. Only works for the height, for lo barocham, not for the width. The mikam evur lehead here it's explicit that people b'yosem eser aminan peter yoyv soisim. Close Rava Magi Perigazam Shabbos Halacha Lamed Hey, that a peter would say even if it's more than 20 amos high. So he's an assumption that the Maltor here is on top of the Mavi, and it works for even though it's more than 10 amos wide. And the Chiddush of the Yerushalmi is that it works. The Maltor on top works. But again, the simple Pshat of the Yerushalmi would seem to be that this Maltor is not the Maltor which we had in the Heichal, but just a simple board, and you put up a board in order to diminish it to less than 10 amos. Okay, case of might nosim out best of Mavi, Matra Mavi. Okay, now I'm going to go with the Pnei Moshe in the next part of the Gemara. And according to Pnei Moshe, this is here there should be like a dot. There's it's the beginning of a new discussion of Tzuras Pesach. And L'rocha B'samras. Tzuras Pesach works to diminish the width of a Mavi. Rabban Avnei Filu Gavah. Rabban say diminishes also the height of the Mavi. In other words, so Pnei Moshe says, L'rocha b'samras al v'im yeshu tzus pesachai tamas nis and gabi rocha me'eser amos that it works. Rabban avnei l'hachetera afilu gova she'im yeshu tzus pesachai gava b'yoser even very high ain't tzarich l'mayit. So ask the Gemara, below kaparutz l'miluahu is not like it's parutz. In other words, whether it's height or width, it should be considered to be parutz. So the Gemara's answered nicely. According to Kino Shas we read before, he learns it's one long sugya. And according to him, it says that it's all about the Maltara. And not like we just learned it. So I'm just going to go back and read according to the way he says. He says, that works. The Rocha has his mouth to work, not his kachsadra. Because it's fucking wide. But according to Moshe, again, it's going to the Tzuras Pesach. It's saying Tzuras Pesach is no worse than actually, it's same status as an Achsadra, meaning just like an Achsadra, the fourth one, Piti Koryoy B'Soisim, is even above 20 amos. So the Pesach works even above 20 amos. Even above 20 amos height and even above more than 10 amos wide. Okay, what's the topic of Achsadra? We're going to discuss Achsadra a bit, but that's ready for tomorrow.